Okay, welcome to today's class. I remain your very lovely tutor Frank. Now, here are some questions we have to solve. Some past questions from JAM, WAEC, NECO, and so on. Now, don't forget, if there's any question you would have us solve for you on differentiation, don't hesitate to let us know. Just get to the comment section and then let us have your questions so we can solve them for you. But today we're going to solve these two questions during the course of this class. Now, if y equals x squared plus 3x squared, if y equals x squared plus 3x squared, now the question is find 2 dy dx minus x d square y over dx squared. Now remember this in our last class, I said d square y dx squared really means the second order derivative, okay? Second derivative, while dy dx is your first derivative. Now how do we solve a question of such nature? Now first thing first, we have that y equals x squared plus 3x squared. Now this is the function y. Now dy dx, now differentiate this function y with respect to x, which is the first order derivative. First derivative will give us what? Now don't forget differentiating sum. Okay, I said you differentiate them separately. So we differentiate this separately, and we keep the sign intact. So how do we differentiate this? X squared, the coefficient of x squared is 1. So this part 2 we multiply the 1. 2 times 1 gives 2 x. Then I reduce the initial part by 1. So 2 minus 1, that gives me what? 1. Okay? Plus the same thing here. This 2 we multiply the coefficient of x squared, which is 3. 2 times 3 gives 6. 6x, I reduce the power by 1, 2 minus 1, that gives me 1. So the first order derivative dy dx is 2x plus 6x. Alright? Now the second order derivative d square y over dx squared is gotten by differentiating the first order. Okay? So that means we are differentiating twice. Differentiate the first, differentiate again. That's why it's called second order. So the differentiation is done 2 times. So let's differentiate this now. Now the power, initial power now is 1. 1 multiply the coefficient 2. 1 times 2 gives 2. S raised to power 1 minus 1. That gives us what? 0. Okay? Plus 1 again multiplying 6. X raised to power 1 minus 1, that gives us what? 0. Now don't forget, I told you a letter raised to power 0 equals what? 1. So this is now saying 2 times 1, that gives us what? 2. Plus s to power 0 again 1. 6 times 1, that gives us 6. And 2 plus 6 is what? 8. That means the second order derivative equals 8. Now what were we told in the question? 2 times the first order minus x times the second order. So the first order is 2x plus 6x. So that's equal to 2 times 2x plus 6x. You can see that, right? This is the first order 2x. X to the power 1 is written as x. X to the power 1 is written as x. So 2x plus 6x times 2. Then minus x times the second order, which is what? 8. Alright? So we're going to expand the bracket. 2 times 2x gives us what? 4x. Plus 2 times 6x gives us 12x. Okay? Minus x times x gives 8x. Alright? So we have 4x plus 12x minus 8x. Alright? 4x plus 12x gives us what? 16x. 16x minus 8x gives us what? 8x. So the answer to this question is 8x. Okay? Now let's move on to the second question. Now look at the second question. The expression ax squared plus bx plus c equals 5 at x equals 1. At x equals 1. Now, if the derivative is 2x plus 1, what are the values of a, b, and c? Now, this is the question. Alright, so the expression ax squared plus bx plus c equals 5 at x equals 1. Now, what that means is that I bring out the expression first. Ax squared plus bx plus c equals what? They said equals what? 5. Now equals 5 at x equals 1. That means I'm going to substitute the value of x for what? 1. So that means a instead of x now I have 1 squared plus b instead of x I have 1 plus c equals 5. Alright? So 1 squared 1 times 1 that gives 1. 1 times a is a. Okay? B times 1 is b plus c equals 5. So at x equals 1, this expression is the same thing as saying a plus b plus c equals 5. Alright? Now, if its derivative is 2x plus 1. Derivative, that means if I differentiate ax squared plus bx plus c with respect to x, they are telling us that the answer is 2x plus 1. That's what we mean by derivative is this. Okay, so that means dy dx, okay, of ax squared plus bx plus c is to give us what? 2x plus 1. Alright? Now, first thing first, we have to differentiate that. Now, let's differentiate that. So, if we have ax squared plus bx plus c, alright? So, differentiating this, dy dx, now don't forget, the power is going to multiply the coefficient, which is a. So 2 times a gives 2ax. Now we reduce the power by 1. 2 times a, 2a. Now reduce the power of x by 1. That's 2 minus 1. That gives us what? 1. Plus the same thing here. I've told you before, bx means bx to the power what? 1. So 1 times b gives us what? b. X raised to the power 1 minus 1. That gives us what? 0. Plus c is a constant. Why is it a constant? There is no variable, no letter attached to it. Now, differentiating a constant, I told you, gives us what? 0. You are correct. So we have 2ax plus, now, x to the power 0 is 1. Alright? B times 1 gives us b, of course, plus 0. That means differentiating this will give us 2ax plus b. Now, they told us that it's equal to what? 2x plus 1. That means that 2ax plus b is equivalent to what? 2x plus 1. Okay? It's equal to 2x plus 1. Now, what do we do now? We compare. When you are told the left equation equals the right equation, you compare to get your what? Variables. Now, that will mean 2ax is equal to 2x. 2ax equal to 2x. Alright? And that will mean b plus 1. B equals 1. Alright? Now, if 2x equals 2x, I can get a by dividing both sides by the equation of a. What's the equation of a now? 2 and x. So divide by 2x. So this takes care of this. I'm left with a. Alright? So a is equal to 2x here 1, 2x here 1. That gives me 1. So a is 1 and b is what? 1. So the value of a equals 1 and the value of b equals 1. Now remember, we have already gotten this, that a plus b plus c equals 5. Now if a is 1 and b is 1, that will mean that 1 plus 1 plus c equals 5. That will mean 2 plus c equals 5. Now if I collect like terms, plus 2 will cross over, plus tends to minus. That means c equals 5 minus 2. That gives me what? 3. So my a equals 1, b equals 1, and c equals 3. So that's the answer to this problem. And don't forget, bring your questions to us in the comment section so we can solve in our next class. Bye.